Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Metamorph League. In this episode, I want to discuss Alva. It's come to my attention recently that, from a viewer, that I don't have a single video telling people how to farm Alva, how to do your temple, and how to get the double corruptions. Alright, so we'll start from the basics. You first encounter Alva Master Explorer in Act 7. When you encounter an Alva, the way you would work it is you would normally view a temple. It wouldn't be this, it would be an actual encounter I will show you right now. Alright, so as you see here, you come up to Alva, you view the temple, and you'll see we have Corruption Chamber upgrade, so we can actually upgrade our Corruption Chamber to a Tier 2. This is the perfect case scenario, and the way it is when you go to the right in the room, you're going to upgrade. If you went down, I would change the room to another one. So generally, I usually always upgrade the room because upgrading is better than switching it if you want to try to get the highest tiers and to try to get isolating one room. So to explain real quick, the main reasons why you would use Alva and what you're trying to do here is you have a temple and you want to generally you want to upgrade the rooms to get the higher tier stuff. So when you get a hydrazation chamber, you get a valuable item. But why do people do temple? What are they doing it for? I farm temple for the tier 3 version of the corruption, which then allows you to double corrupt an item. I look for tier 3 version of the sacrificing a unique item so that you can sacrifice a unique belt to get a headhunter. And I also like to do the gem room, and when you get the tier 3 version of the gem room, it will give you a double corruption of a gem, which I did in my recent video on Awakened multi-strike to get my 522. I double corrupted my multi-strike and got 522. Alright, so now this is where one of the first lessons comes in. Because the last map, the first encounter was the Catalyst of Corruption. I only had 3 encounters remaining. What happens is, if I showed you the second Alva on the last map, it would have been this, 100% guaranteed. And when you start a new map, it starts the new map with the same Alva. It doesn't reset the Alva. You still have to do the one that it was on the last time from the last map. And so you see here, I'm going to upgrade the sacrifice unique item. And now, what happens is, when I do this, the last encounter for my temple can now be the corruption chamber. If I did it in the last map, it couldn't be the corruption chamber because I had already done one corruption chamber in that map. So what I had to do was start a new map, use a new Alva, and had a chance, but I missed and I hit Cloister. So I lose this temple and it doesn't matter, but you can see how if you hit a corruption with some remaining incursions, you should make a new map, and that's a very good lesson to improve your chance of getting your tier 3 of the ones you actually want. That's the whole point. We're maximizing the amount of tries you get, and the odds, we're messing with the odds a little bit. So now I'm going to run you through an actual fresh Alva so that you can get the experience of how and why I make the choices. So here, you have 2 choices. You can either switch on the bottom left to the Flame Workshop. You can change it from your current life and item yield to fire. Why would you do that? You want more of the life and items. Why not? Because like I said in the previous section, that when you upgrade, if I get this room to a tier 3, then I will no longer get this room as an option from Alpha. So this actually will improve the odds of getting the one I want instead of getting another random one because all my rooms aren't upgraded. So I'd rather upgrade them. So you see here I could switch the Breach or upgrade the Tempest Generator. we might as well just upgrade the Tempest generator because we don't actually care generally about these other ones. And the only time we would switch is if we were offered one that we actually want. Okay, so then the next step. Alright, now this is where it gets interesting. So you will see here, I'm on the third encounter of my first map, 2 of 3. We get Poison Garden. We could upgrade. We're going to skip it. I'll see you in the next map. New map, new alpha, same Poison Garden. So we choose to upgrade. Like I said, now we have the super powerful benefit that now we cannot get another Poison Garden in this map. So we've actually eliminated one option from our alpha this map. Our second alpha of that map, we get Lightning or Tormented Spirits. So we go for the Tormented Spirit upgrade to hopefully get one of these to a tier 3 so we don't have these anymore. Also, there's a room, I believe, that when you get it to a tier 3, it upgrades all the rooms next to it by 1. So that's pretty broken. Our first alpha of the next map gives us an upgrade room because it's useless. We got an upgrade of either gems, so we could go for the gem corruption, but we're already 6 incursions in, or we just go for that tier 3 tormented spirit like I told you about. So when we upgrade to this tormented spirit thing, then it's locked in. You can't get this room anymore. PogChamp. The last room of the area is a tier 3 of the engineering department. We're going to skip it and go to the next map. So like I said, we're going to upgrade this one now. We got a room in the bottom right, so we can get maybe 2 stones of passage to connect up the corruption chamber to the entrance with this one. So that's what we'll do. We'll do an upgrade and we'll get maybe a stone of passage. I got a stone of passage and connected it to the entrance. So you can see here the last room of this map is the Toxic Grove again, so we can tier 3 this, but I'm going to skip it. Also, this is what I was talking about earlier with the entrance, so now if I get the Corruption Chamber again, I can connect it through the bottom to the armory. So I'll just need 1 Stone of Passage, which you nearly get a Stone of Passage, at least 1 every single encounter. I just need to now hit... Oh, I guess it's impossible, so who cares? It's impossible because I would need this to be Corruption Chamber, and then next skip 1, and then next one. 3 incursions remaining, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so we got passageways, it's over, we can't get the corruption, but that's how the temple works. So the overall point is the method basically is to try to improve the odds at which you can see the rooms you actually want to get. The method's pretty simple. You just stick to the simple strat, and then that just keeps improving your chance every time. And then you should see an improvement in how often you're completing your tier 3 corruption chambers, and your tier 3 sacrifice altars and all that stuff. I hope this could be helpful for anyone out there. Hope you could learn anything. My second advice with this is while you're doing this, I run my Conquerors. So to do that, start your Alva T14 or higher, and then you'll spawn your Conquerors pretty easily. And then once you spawn the Influence, you can actually use your lower tier Alvas of that area, because you can use lower tier maps once the Conqueror is already spawned, like the Influence. So that's my advice. You can use your lower tiers after spawning it with your higher tier to get some benefit out of the lower tiers that you didn't think you could, maybe. Hope that could also be helpful. Alright, so I think that covers everything. Some people like to farm it for the boss. You can. I used to. A lot of people would actually connect all this. You can clear all the rooms. You'll pretty much always get enough of those stones of passage to do all the connections. You can clear up your temple every time you do it. I generally don't care too much about the money making from temple. The main reasons to do temple for me are the double corruption, other double corruption for the gems, the sacrifice unique item. There's another room, Citic Walls, tier 3 room, you can get an item. That's our other weapon, the staff. That's actually, this is how you get it, the temple. This was the temple that I was talking about for the other weapon, the hatred staff. Just so you know, the one with the double damage. It's through the Acidic Wall Temple. Tier 3 room. Alright, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something about the Alva. I hope this could be helpful. Thank you to my Patreon and YouTube members who financially support the channel, and my subs on Twitch. Thank you, boys. My Patreon supporters are Tridnix, Hannes, Steven C, Last Fable, Stacy U, Buggy, White Wolf, YouTube members Garbar, Tridnix, White Wolf, Farkbone, Kirby, Jun, Luchalan, Peru, Donwood, Dubu, Goose Eggs, and Gabriel. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you to all my subs on Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!